Alright folks, how we doing? It's Shabash, it's Orna, and Hero of Aethric as well. We are sharing events across both games, so we are going to talk about the December events, and December is an absolutely stacked month, so we'll get right into it, starting off with Balor Invades. Apologies, it's this video going out a few days later than I would have liked, but there is still a few days left of Balor Invades. Now, for anybody looking to do some major ascending, I guess even in Hero of Aethric as well, Dagda is something you really want to farm hard for Twilight Stone. So Ascension people are going to want to farm Dagda for Twilight Stone. For everybody else, kind of tier 6 to tier 8, the Dagda gear is absolutely crazy. It's super good. If you're bringing alts up or if you're going through the game, you're going to want to, again, try and do lots of dungeons with people. You can see I've been farming Dagda as much as I can the last few days. The gear is just super nice. It's got ward on it for a tier 6 armor, which is really good. You get arcane resistance, but the stats are just super high. And yeah, I really recommend if you're a tier 6, 7, 8, it's going to carry you. And try and get, with your Wave Vessel network, try and get involved with other higher players so you can kind of charge through and get some of this stuff leveled up. It's also great for alts and even for Realm Swash endgame. I had this Dagda boots from last time, or from November 2021, and it's a very good ward piece for Swashbuckler because the defense is quite low and you can get pretty high ward with those contraptions that I got from other realms. So I just wanted to check my codex, see how much I've actually been killing of Dagda. And with the recent change for event mobs, now when you have the event mob kind of unlocked, if you like, so in this case you literally only need to be tier 6, it can appear in like any floor of the dungeon. So Dagda itself can appear in normal dungeons. And then you do also have the Arisen Dagda and Arisen Balor King. They are Underworld Portal only. So if you've got Underworld Portals available, it's a good source. But yeah, Dagda for Twilight Stone. This all drops into Twilight Stone, which is notoriously hard to farm for Ascension materials. So that's kind of the first big thing of this event. The other thing is the Kingdom Raid, the Lugus. You'll definitely want to get 2 pairs of Lugus gauntlets for any future dungeon carrying adventures you'd like to go on. The followers aren't really anything special, more of a collector's piece. You make use of them if you don't have anything else. But yeah, Twilight Stone and Lugus Gauntlet are the main thing to focus on here. We then have a Year's End. And a few things here. Again, the loot from the raids is actually really good and they have been updated. So I will come on to that a bit later, actually. We'll go through the most recent patch notes as well. The first thing I want to mention, because you'll see further down, we've got a whole bunch of stuff which is special to December with Northern Forge. The monsters and the bosses here, these are Alphars. And basically, Alphars exist mainly in Goblin Fortresses, and then you do get Arisen versions which appear in the Valley of the Gods as well, but you can see, Duck Alphar as well. But yeah, you see Goblin Horde, these little Alphars. Now, so when you want to do Goblin Fortresses, these guys drop an Alphar Trinket and a Stranger's Gift. So what we found out last year was you definitely want to save your gifts for Christmas Day, the 25th of December. I'm not sure if there's anything that says on it, but basically what you're going to want to do, you're going to use a trinket. It increases the chances of finding something rarer when opening Stranger's Gifts. It's the description. So when you use it, you get a buff which lasts for 1 hour. And then you start opening Stranger's Gift. So yeah, on Christmas Day, there's more chance of finding rare stuff as well. So you can get, a whole bunch of random things. It's very similar to what you find in your Citadel. There were cases last year. I think I did a video last year as well of what I got. but there were definitely cases last year where you could get like 9, 10 summoning scrolls in one gift. The only thing I hope they increase the rate that you can open these gifts at, because there's going to be people with hundreds of these, and just make it easier to open. That would be great. So Alphars are there, and the other parts of this event are Scrooge, Ebon Scrooge, and Arisen Scrooge. These kingdom raids and world raids, followers as well. The Alphar followers are actually really nice. You get some AoE. Scrooge less useful, I would suggest. But a lot of the Scrooge gear is actually buffed recently. Now, the tier 5 Scrooge gear is actually super nice as well, and I mean really, really nice. So this tier 5 guy, for anyone kind of tier 5, 6, 7, not only are you going to want to farm the tier 5 guy kingdom raid, but if your kingdom has higher tier turnover of the other raids, you definitely want to get hits on the higher tier raids, because they can also drop the tier 5 stuff. And we'll come on to Scrooge gear, but it's actually super good, especially tier 5. You get like Jolly Stockings, the top hat, very nice balanced stats. Arguably the best tier 5 gear in the game. Any new players, especially Hero of Aethric, you're getting around that tier 5. Join a kingdom, get a nice Jolly hat, Jolly Stockings, even hat. And we'll talk about the buffed items from Scrooge later on. Then we have the 10 days of raids starting on the 20th of December. So you can see basically for each day or each couple of days you get different, one day actually. There is also the winter solstice event coming back as well to get dusk gear. But for the 10 days of raids, these apply only to the world raids, so you will not be able to summon the raids in your kingdom. These are world raids only via summoning scrolls. So we've got Trevelyan coming back. Really, the only main thing to pick up there is Trevelyan Charms and Risen version. Lindworm is a very nice follower. And then you've got Ceres coming back. So we've just had Ceres, but it's another chance, I guess, to summon. Kerberos for, maybe not super important anymore. The follower action rate weapons are not too bad. Dioscuri, then we've got Surtur, very nice raid. And then on December 24th to 26th, we have Friends and Family, which is, it's a huge amalgamation of literally every event follower available. So if there's anything that you missed throughout the year, now is a great time to come together with your kingdom mates, with your fellow dungeon party team, or anyone you wish to basically come and share followers and pets. It's basically the chance to catch anything that you've missed throughout the year. And really, really great. Really awesome, I guess, for Hero of Aethric players as well to get a really nice pet. Aethric's only been out a month, so many of these pets have not been available yet. So really great chance to pick all of those up. Then you've got Hell, which is really nice. Merlin, which not as nice as before, seeing as Foresight not really that important anymore. Balin and Finesse. I think I might try to get a Finesse katana personally. And then we've got Naganin rounding off the year. Funnily, there's nothing on Hogmanay, which is the final day of the year, but what I normally see on New Year's Day, there should be like a bonus event, increased experience, Orns, gold, that kind of thing. That's what they normally do. So December, really busy month. Lots of raids. Remember, they're world raids only. Then you've got the follower event on around Christmas Day. 1 plus minus 1 day either side. Get your follower that you've missed. And we'll come on to now the Scrooge changes, or like the balance patch, which dropped. well, when did it drop? Last week? Start of the month, basically. Okay, end of November, starting on December. So, yeah, first thing, only 8 days until the final reward for daily rewards calendar. And you should have noticed this by now that you don't need to log in for 4 weeks during a month. You just get it after 8 days, and you can like miss a few days and come back to it. So that's really nice. That's a great move. I think that's kind of when they released Aethric, it started off with that, and they've brought that to Orna straight away. I think that's a good thing. And then, okay, December content gear. So this is the Scrooge Gear. Now, basically, all Scrooge Gear got luck, and the luck cap was actually increased to 400%. We don't actually know what it was beforehand, but really, a couple of pieces of gear, of luck gear, dowsing rod. Once you've demon forged, luck gear is very high as a booster, and you've kind of reached the luck cap anyway. I've actually been using like maximum luck for farming Dagda, because without it, you're not dropping all of the pieces that can dismantle the Twilight Stone, actually. So, yeah, I am using the Jolly Stockings. You can see there, 15% luck bonus. In terms of weaponry, though, Candy Cane gets some missing HP regen bonus, much like the Ymir weapon staff. Was it Zlatar staff or something? So yeah, an option to regen HP from your weapon. I think it's 3%-ish. It's not super good. Can offset berserks. The Caroling Loot, however, adds luck and gives 10% follower stats. So this is kind of a game changer for pet builds going up the tiers. Very, very useful weapon. You're definitely going to want to use this. And Rainbow, which is the thief weapon, skills now miss less often. Not too bad, but not as good as a Slayblade, in my opinion, for melee characters, because Slayblade gets added ward, and you start the battle with ward active. This is actually really sick. So this is probably my favorite weapon of the lot. One-handed weapon with ward, and you start battle with ward active. Yeah, super nice. The fancy belt actually gets fancy. It gives you weapon proficiency, all weapon proficiencies, which is super interesting. By the way, I would assume any amities that remove weapon proficiencies, I'm not 100% sure how they work. I would guess that you actually get them removed, but someone might need to check that. Presents as well. They give you random materials from world farming. So I don't know what the rate is compared to the Arch Alchemy Amity, which was giving you pretty much 1 in 6. One material every 6 kills. If you use 2 of those amities as Oracle spec, you could get 1 every 3 kills. So with presents, I've not checked yet, but it might actually be viable now, trying to farm random materials. Even if you get 1 every kill, though, imagine you get one material every kill for world mobs only. Compared to sticking 120 materials in a refinery, which you get roughly 120 odd back. It's you can try it. Let me know what you think. And then we had some changes to the November Titan gear coming at the end of the month, which was a little bit strange because I didn't honestly see anybody really using any of the gear at all, any of these weapons apart from the banner, apart from Ophian's banner. So they've buffed pretty much everything, changed a couple of the stances that were a little bit overpowered or underpowered, and we'll see if any of those get more use. I guess they are mainly two-handed weapons, so. August content adjustments, this was the dragon, so the Agatha Demon Hammer increased the damage dealt to opponent ward, probably the least use of the weapons that were available. And then what we did get was a whole bunch of upgrades or new stuff added to existing gear. For example, I guess some of the highlights are Hydra Staff, like the tier 7 Hydra now gives you increased summon power. So that's definitely going to be a great start for attuners. Tier 7, pick up a Hydra Staff. Similarly, Arisen Staff of Wolves gives a follower action rate. So that's going to be a good pickup as well for Dragon Knights, Beastmasters picking that up. Fey Dragon Gear as well also gives summoning power. So so the Fey Dragon it was pretty much giving pet action rate before, now also gives summon power, which is not too bad. Fey Chimera can now be used by any class, increasing summoning power, increasing follower stats, and action rate bonus. So yeah, Fey Chimera armor, a bit more useful outside Beowulf classes. I'm not sure how they feel. And then we had a new monster added to the game, which was the Fallen Deity, available in boss dungeons and normal dungeons and Valley of the Gods, of course. And they dropped these accessories called essences, ancient essences, basically. And they're tied to an element, and you basically have a chance to be immune to that element. It works very much like the Omnimancer, Heretic, and Deity passives, which basically give you a chance to be immune to one of the elements on receiving the damage. So if you like that RNGness, you could add a couple of these to one of your builds. Then there was some lower tier stuff here, trying to get stuff to be used. Black Dragon Armor, Arisen Fafnir increased the stats. You know, maybe 2 or 3 years too late, but I guess better late than never. Necromancer stuff, I like this one. Now increased summoning and pact power, quite interesting. At least these are, until now, most summoner gear has been event only. So having this stuff available all year round is really important. Lost Art, this drops from the Fallen Arcanic mob. Now deals additional crit damage. Quite interesting. Yeti Mighty Coat added some more stats, also additional status protections, not too bad. I don't see it getting much use above Fey Yeti Coat though, with a lack of ward compared to the Fey Yeti Coat. And then Imagination got loads of adornment slots, which is quite nice. And then I guess looking down the NPC quest item adjustments, yeah, so for example, Dudley's Hammer is actually ridiculous. Tier 3, I think it's tier 3. But it's very nice. Beatrice Staff as well. Relative to their tier now, if you're making a new character, this applies, I guess, to Aethric is more. If you can make a beeline, finish these quests, very, very good weapons to get immediately. And then the Fire Pike, increased view distance bonus to 23% as a base, convert to a hybrid weapon, and that can now be equipped by all classes. So basically, until you get Hellhest, you're just going to want to pick up some Fire Pikes, Massive Forge them, God Forge them, and stick Symbols of War or the Fey Eyes in them until you get Third Horseman Eyes to increase your view distance. Overall, these are pretty nice changes. Quite a decent patch compared to what we're normally getting. So that's super nice. But that is essentially, as quickly as I could, have described the event. I hope this was helpful, and just wanted to quickly check. Yeah, so you can see. I just wanted to show finally daily rewards. I'm sure everybody's seen this already, but having, I think, just 8 days is, and you're not under time pressure of the month to log in every single day of the month, basically. And these are all kind of unique to everybody as well. So not everybody in my tier will get the same. And I just like the fact that it's been made unique to everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Hope it was a useful video, useful roundup of the month. Very much looking forward to the raids and the follower event later on. And very big thank you to the Arisen Orna Legends for supporting myself on the YouTube channel, on Discord, via Patreon and Twitch. Their support very much appreciated. Allows me to keep doing this Orna content thing that seems to keep going and going. Very much appreciate your support, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.